Hey everybody, this is Tom with Running Shoes Guru, here to talk to you a little bit about the Hoka One One Challenger ATR 3. This is the newest version in the Challenger ATR line, which is kind of the trail version of the Hoka Clifton, very popular road shoe. And there are some great changes to this model that made it one of my favorite trail shoes so far this winter. And I think it's going to be probably one of my favorite trail shoes going into the racing season this spring, summer, and fall. So this neutral shoe will work great for a lot of runners, and let's get to the review and tell you why. The Hoka Challenger ATR 3 is a trail shoe that works well on a variety of trails, all the way from mellow single track all the way up to pretty burly rocky trails. And as I stated before, this is a neutral shoe that uses Hoka's maximal cushioning technology. Now this isn't as big as a lot of Hoka shoes. We've got a stack height of 31 millimeters, which sounds pretty big, but remember with this shoe you kind of sit down in a cradle. So this shoe doesn't feel unstable in any way. That combined with the fact that Hoka kind of widened the platform for the first time, thank you Hoka, with this shoe to add a little bit of forefoot width, means this shoe will accommodate a lot more runners. I think in the Challenger ATR 2, there were a lot of issues with runners that had any sort of wide forefoot needs, feeling really hemmed in and having a lot of foot issues. And so this is a great update. Let's get started with the upper and tell you a little bit about this shoe. So first of all, Hoka used a lot of welded on seams and laminated overlays here to provide a lot of blowout protection, especially in high wear areas like on the pinky toe and on the lateral side. This is just a really solid upper, and it's got a nice toe bumper here made out of kind of a synthetic leather, and everything just ties together nicely. I didn't have any durability issues with this shoe. As we move into the rest of the upper, we've got well-padded tongue, well-padded heel collar. We've got a nice stable heel cup. For those of you needing a little bit of pronation support, we've got nice flat laces here that don't put any pressure on the top of the foot. This is not as breathable as the Challenger 1, which was a very flimsy upper, and some people loved it. I, for one, did not. It felt really wonky on burly downhills. This feels locked in, but my feet do get a little bit hotter. So beware of that if you run in very hot or especially humid conditions. However, I will say that I got the shoe wet a lot, and it does drain fairly well. So it drained better than any Challenger ATR that I've worn in the past. As we get into the midsole, we've got Hoka's Armad EVA, which is wonderfully soft and cushy. If you haven't tried it, I think that you owe it to yourself to give it a try. It's one of the best EVA cushioning technologies out there. And although this shoe looks like it might be heavy or bulky, it's just not. This is a 9.5 ounce shoe from my men's size 10. And we've got a 5 millimeter heel toe drop from the heel to the toe. We've got the Hoka Meta Rocker technology, which lends to a very nice transition. And with the amount of cushioning, the lack of weight, you get a fast running shoe. You see guys like Jim Walmsley and Hayden Hawks, who are now new Hoka athletes, wearing this shoe to run fast 50 milers, blazing fast. And so do not think of these shoes as necessarily a slow guy's shoe or an old guy's shoe. This is a shoe that guys in their mid-20s are ripping it up in. As we get to the outsole, we've got nice 5 millimeter lugs over high wear areas only. We do have some exposed midsole, but unless you're a major pronator, you're not going to have any issues with wearing that down. This is my second pair of this shoe, I gotta say that. I liked the first pair so much that I got to review that I bought a second pair. And my first pair, I did end up getting about 450 miles on it, and that is about 200 more miles than any other Hoka Challenger I've been able to run in the past. And so I've had a pair or two of every single model of the Challenger, and I do feel like these are the most durable. I feel like there's a little bit higher durometer of EVA, which means a little bit firmer EVA that's not compressing as much. So in past models, I get to like 150, 200 miles, and I'd feel like the shoe is dead, and I was just slapping the ground. With these, I do feel like there's a little bit more resilience in the EVA. I can't find out what they changed, but I do know for a fact that the Hoka design team and Jean-Luc Diard did widen the forefoot, which is awesome. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about this shoe. This shoe to me was a major winner for Hoka. And for most runners, I think they're really gonna like it. If you haven't tried a maximal style cushioning shoe, this would be a great entry level because it's light enough that you're not gonna feel like it. And this is what most of the fast Hoka runners that are sponsored are wearing for trails. The one thing that I will say is that if you're a runner that needs a major wide toe box, like an Ultra toe box or a Nike Wild Horse 3 toe box, this won't work for you. So Hoka went wider, but still not wide enough for runners that really need a lot of toe splay due to foot issues like arthritis and metatarsalitis. So do check out the shoe. It's retailing right now for $130, and look for the best prices on runningshoesguru.com. Thanks for listening, and hope you enjoyed the review.